All right, guys, how's it going? I want to briefly talk about Andy Robertson. As you know, he's been linked with Atletico Madrid, and it's been pushed a bit by the likes of Fabrizio Romano. Mo Salah! We haven't done that for a while. Some people won't understand that. Which, remember, Fabrizio Romano, he works with the agents, right? And the agents work with him. You know what I mean? And there's money in there to be made for both sides if you think about it. So with Fabrizio Romano amplifying it, right, giving it more, attention. It's beneficial to the agent. It gets Andy Robertson's name out there as being available and so on. And there's been nothing in the Spanish football dailies about Andy Robertson, Atletico Madrid. I checked for that today, and I checked yesterday and everything, since it all came out. So there's no big, mentions of it in the papers or anything. But some of the regional websites and things are saying stuff, but they're only really saying what we've seen already, all right, online. And the message seems to be in Spain that Andy Robertson's representation, his representative, is offering him around. It's not that Atletico Madrid have gone, hey, we're interested in Andy Robertson. It's like, would you be interested in Andy Robertson? And they would be interested in him if he was available for free, all right? Or a very, very, very small fee. And that, my friends, is it in a nutshell. So, listen, I love Andy Robertson. I think he's a great player. But you've got Kirkes coming in, and he's going to be the main man, I suspect, from the off. Obviously, Shimikas is available. Someone's got to go, And if Andy Robertson is, as we believe, being offered around, then Andy Robertson is obviously saying, I need to start thinking about my future, right? So, if he got a move to Atletico Madrid, I'm sure he'd be delighted at that, to be honest with you, at his stage of his career. I think he's 31 now. Maybe he'll put Andy on his back, like Trent changed it to Trent. Andy. No, I don't think he wants to be a brand. I think he just wants to play football. And at that stage of his career, then obviously he wants to play as many games as he can, and rightly so. And if he did go to Spain or anywhere else, he'd have my blessing, that kid. So, but what I want to say to you here is I want to make it very, very clear. Not a lot of coverage in Spain at the moment. The usual shite fucking regional and clickbaiters and all that, but they're only reporting what the likes of Romano is saying. And you've got to remember, Romano putting this out there, in my opinion, is to assist the agent, right? And, it's been widely documented before in the mainstream media that, Romano charges up to €1,000 a tweet to mention your client, up to €5,000 a video to mention your client. And that can help, agents, get better deals, get awareness, get a move, get a new contract and all sorts. So the fact that in Spain, they're saying, no, it's the agent offering him to Spanish clubs, right? Not just Atletico, by the way. And now you've got Romano basically doing, a bit of work for the agent, if you like. It kind of ties in. So this is a case of the player just trying to, consider his options, knowing that Kirkes is coming in, and he's at that stage of his career, so his agent's doing the right thing, really, trying to see if he can get a move for his client, all right? So I don't think it's a case of Atletico Madrid have gone, oh, he's a great player, we'll go for him. They've expressed an interest, but it would have to be at the right cost. So, and this is what happens, an agent will offer their client to, sometimes you'll see a player offered to Liverpool, and Liverpool fans get, excited. Oh, he's been offered, but it's usually they're offered to multiple clubs at the same time. And I wouldn't be surprised if it, sorry, I'm pointing at Diaz. I wouldn't be surprised if Andy Robertson's been offered to a host of clubs, all right? Anyway, the Spanish media, little outlets here and there, they're saying that he's been offered to a couple of Spanish clubs, including Real Madrid, who were not interested. But Atletico Madrid would be interested in taking him if it was free or at the right price. But I think Romano's helping the agent here try to secure a move for the player somewhere. All right, I'll leave it with you. I just wanted to chime in and tell you my thoughts on it, because a few of you have messaged me. Obviously, come over the weekend, and I'm not around much on the weekend. All right, guys, I'll leave it with you. What do you think? Would you rather keep Robertson or Shimikas? If one of those had to go, which one would you be all right with going, you know, or would you see them both going? I don't know. All right, I'll leave it with you. If you appreciate the video, please thumbs up the video. Please drop me a comment. If you want to buy me a beer or a coffee, there's a love heart under the video. And I give everyone a shout out in my morning briefings the next day on my other YouTube channel, Duncan Oldham, which is in the video description. And it should be on the screen around now. All right, guys, take care. No live streams today. Tomorrow afternoon, 1 p.m. UK, though. All right, guys, cheers.